Well, I'm going to turn the sound on because they're sitting out there for a minute. So the dog may bark a little bit in the background like that. All right. Sorry, I am running late, everybody. It has been kind of a long day. Is the sound working now? It says it is. Everything's plugged in. There they go. They literally, like, as soon as I I hit start stream, they back down here, and it was yeah. Hello, Stephanie and Susan and Gail Marie and Tara. Where are my glasses? Tara. My glasses are in the microphone. Okay, now I can see. CJ Walden. Hello, I think you're new. And Robin Lobianca. Bianco, I think you're new too. Hello. Hello, everybody. Go lay down now. Go lay down. Sorry. She is going to make an appearance in this video on Saturday too, because I started filming and she came running in here and jumped up into my lap. She is, I think, like 72 pounds. She is not supposed to be in people's laps, but she was in the, she's going to be in here. Susan says she loves hearing a dog bark. She misses hers. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, it's really hard when we lose pets, isn't it? Hello, Julianne. Hello, Laura Jane. I think I said hello to everybody. Also, I woke up this morning with a sore throat, so I think I'm getting sick. Which is partially why I was running late. Everything just seems to be going slower today. But I made it. And I'm here. Julianne says she needs my keyboard. It's, I like it. It runs on batteries, and it does seem like it goes through batteries kind of fast. And the clicking noise bothers, is there a lag? I think there's a lag on my end. Is it lagging on anybody else's end? There's definitely a lag on my end. Huh. Well, hopefully it's not lagging on your end. Anyway, it makes a clicking noise, like an old-fashioned typewriter, so it bothers my kids and my husband. But it is a nice keyboard. I like it a lot. How is everybody doing? Let's see. We were here last week. And I think that was the first time back since before Christmas. We are doing good here. It has been very cold, like brutally cold. No, not Saturday, Monday. It was, I think we woke up and it was like negative 16 with a wind chill of negative 27. Luckily, the kids did not have school that day. But then Tuesday, it was negative 14 with a wind chill of negative 24. And the school called and I thought they were going to cancel. And they're like, we're going to make tomorrow optional. If you want your kids to come, they can. And if not, oh well. And I was like, well, so they went on Tuesday. But it's been super cold all week. I don't think they've been getting outside for recess or anything. And now tonight we have a winter storm warning. So we're supposed to get, I think, 8 inches of snow. And then it's also still supposed to be cold and windy tomorrow and then snow all day tomorrow. So maybe it'll be our first snow day. I'll put these back on so I can see everybody. Let's see. Laura Jane says it's cold there too. Julianne says she misses the old noise. She learned to type on an old massive manual typewriter. I had a typewriter back in the day when I was, I specifically remember it might have been like one of those old word processors. That were like huge and bulky and had like a little strip of a green screen. Yeah, that's what we had. We did have an old typewriter, but we had that too. And I when I was 14, I would type like my papers on that. And I think by the time I was 15, we had our first computer. Hello, Sue's Craft and Art Corner. Hello, Judy. Hello, Suzanne. First time to a live stream. Wow. She works full time, but on vacation this week. I've tried, not the live streams, but like the Zoom calls. I've tried doing them at night, and it actually seems like less people show up for those when it's at night. And it's hard for me to do at night because my kids are home and my husband is, home, and we have to take care of the kids. And you know, I have family time, so it's hard for me to do night times, and it also seems like people don't show up as well. So, Julianne says we're showing her age. Yep. I grew up without, like, until I was 14, there was no internet. Like around the time I was 14, we started having internet. Before that, there were computers like at the school, but nobody owned them because they were huge and super expensive. We'd go to school and play Oregon Trail on the green screen computer. I was watching, there's somebody, I can't remember her name, on Instagram. I found her this week, and she was like, if you're an 80s kid, you remember this. And I've been watching her little reels all week and like feeling nostalgic for the old days. Tara says it's cold, -3 degrees Celsius, which is only low 20s Fahrenheit. And you're in Scotland, I think, right? I don't know what the weather is like over there. I feel like you guys get snow, right? Or maybe just the northern part? I could be wrong, but I feel like you get snow. Julianne says, where can you get the keyboard? I got it from Amazon. I will, let's see, I'll write myself a note, and I will put the link in the, you know, the replay description. That's the wrong end. And then it will be there shortly after, put link keyboard. It'll be there shortly after the replay goes up, as long as I don't forget. I did get it on Amazon. I know some people don't like Amazon, but we live in the middle of the woods, so Walmart is a 30-minute drive, and then anything other than a Walmart is 2 hours. So, let's see, where are we at? Suzanne says it's okay. She always watches the reruns. I'm glad you do. Thank you. Through a glass darkly. Just resubscribed. Yep. It's still happening, everybody. At this point, I'm well over 800 people who have been unsubscribed. It's still happening every day. YouTube can't or won't do anything. I really appreciate everybody who has continued to resubscribe. I know it's got to be annoying. I feel like at some point, I've had emails from people saying like they've had to resubscribe every single day since this started, which thank you so much for your dedication and willingness to resubscribe every day. And B, I'm so sorry, because that must be just a pain in the butt. I don't know how to fix it. Like I said before, I've had 6 separate conversations with YouTube for a total of about 8 hours. And they basically said, like, the last time, this is it. There's nothing else we can do. So I'm sorry, everybody. Tara says it's perfect time it's 7:15 p.m. here in the UK. It is like, 1:20 p.m. here. So, like, it's a good time for me because my kids aren't here. Julianne says we didn't have internet till I was at their university. I remember like being really impressed. Like when I went away to college, the part of the like room and board was you had your own computer in your dorm room. And I was like, oh my goodness, like it was a big deal. And we still had, cell phones weren't really a thing yet, so we still had like a landline in every room in the dorms with the cord and everything. Julianne said we've had snow all over the UK recently. I saw that on the news. Iona, did I say that right? Iona van der Tangbos. Hello from the Netherlands. Hello. I hope I didn't butcher your name too bad. Gail Marie says it's finally her time of the year. It is in the 60s. We live for this time of year. I bet you do. I bet it's really hot there the rest of the year. I don't know if I could put up with it. I'm not sure. Tara says, yes, Scotland. We do get snow, but not much. Okay. I feel like I read a romance novel where they were in the Scottish Highlands and there was lots and lots of snow, but who knows how accurate that was. All right, where are we at? Tara says more rural and higher up places. That makes sense. Hello, Melissa. Laura Jane says this morning in West Midlands, England was -8 degrees Celsius. But according to the weather app, it felt like -11 degrees. So my hair is a mess. I just got back from snowshoeing with the dog. And when I went, it was I think 2 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill of -10. And we did the loop, but we did it fast. And I had like 2 scarves on. It's cold. It's cold. It's not as bad as it was earlier in the week, but it is cold. Our heater is going overtime. Julianne says, don't forget to like. Thank you, Julianne. That's very nice of you. Gail Marie says she's only had to resubscribe once, but still so sad for your channel. I agree. I don't know what's going on. Through a Glass Darkly said, could it be someone accessing your computer to do this? YouTube didn't think so. At the second time I talked to them, they thought maybe someone was targeting my channel. And we switched everything. Like, we did everything. And I have a whole ton of security stuff on our, this is my laptop, my home computer. Nobody else uses it. There's a ton of security stuff on it because like 3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, somebody got in and deleted all of my files. It was one of those ransom things. Luckily, I had everything backed up on Dropbox, so I was able to get my stuff back. But since then, there's a whole bunch of stuff on this computer to try to avoid stuff like that. So I don't think they're getting in through the computer. And YouTube said after we switched everything, they didn't think someone was hacking into YouTube, but they also weren't very clear. I feel like they know what's happening, but they don't want to tell me because it looks bad, honestly. That's the general thing I'm getting. Because after like our 4th conversation, I started getting sort of like canned responses where like it was clear somebody was just copying and pasting a response. Like, we're doing all we can. We know how important this is to you, just, but no real information. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I may try to talk to them again. I don't know. But I don't think they're getting in through my computer as far as we can tell. So, hello, Tracy Snelson. She says, hello, first time here. She's from Texas. Hello, welcome. I bet it's nicer in Texas than it is here. Although Texas, I think, has been maybe cold lately. I feel like I saw that it was cold lately, so I could be wrong. San 24 Abel. Finally back from work. Hello, it's nice to see you. Let's see. I'm just trying to, all the comments just came through. Hello, Sarah. It's nice to see you. Tara says Highlands can get much more snow. Oh, that's good to know that the romance novel wasn't totally out in the, Helen says good evening from Newcastle, England. Hello. Hello, Michelle. She says good morning, lovelies. Let's see. Hello, Gina. Oh, she's new to my channel. That's great. Thank you for joining us. 6 a.m. Oh my goodness. Michelle says it's 6 a.m. in South Australia. Wow. Well, I'm glad we can start your day right for you, hopefully. 8:25 p.m. in Germany. It's so funny to like, I'm talking to people all over the world. It's so like, I still very unbelievable to me. Like, I cannot even imagine. Susan says exactly. They probably don't want to expose a security issue. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, they're for sure aware of it at this point. I've started to get some comments from other people saying that something weird is going on with YouTube for them too. So I'm wondering if it's not something that's affecting more than just my channel. I guess we'll just have to see what happens over the next couple of weeks. Oh, Susan said it would be interesting to know. Like I was just saying, I am getting some comments. I had one today where they said like they'd have 200 views on a video and then it would go down to 0 and they couldn't figure out what was going on. And I feel like maybe something's up with the analytics, or maybe it's some sort of, security thing. I really don't know. Hello, Tracy. She's jumping in to say hi. We are all snowed in today and getting ready to play Fortnite with the grandkids. LOL. I'm hoping for a snow day tomorrow. We'll see. I've got my fingers crossed. I didn't cross them. I can't actually cross my fingers. So metaphorically, they're crossed. Gina says she's in Everett, just north of Seattle. My sister lives in Seattle. She likes it out there very much. She says she would never come back to the winters here. Sue's Craft and Corner is also from Germany. Hello. Well, I just figured I don't know. I had a lot of people saying they wanted to know more about soft pastels, and I do struggle a little bit to find stuff that I can do during a live stream that people might want to see, and still be able to chat with you guys. So, let's see. That's on. I was just going to do some underpaintings just to show you how to do an alcohol wash underpainting with soft pastels. And you guys, I broke down and I bought a new box of the Prismacolors. You know, I've been, I don't know if they're discontinued. I do know you can't buy them open stock anymore, which means if you run out of a color you like, you have to buy a whole set. And I was debating whether to buy like the big, I don't know how much is in the big set, like 100 or whatever. And finally I was just like, well, maybe not, because I'm trying to find other stuff to replace them, but I really do love them. And something that's really nice about the Prismacolors is, I don't know if you can see that, but they have the numbers on each stick. Let's see if you can see. I can't reach my other arm up to focus. So, and then you can look that up and it will tell you which ones are light fast or not, because not all of them are light fast. But this was all that I had left from my first 2 original sets. So I did break down and get this. Yeah. But I love them. I wish they would just sell them open stock again. I don't know why they're stopping. It's a shame. It really is. And then I have a couple, probably not the cherries because that would take longer to sketch out, but I have a couple reference photos I picked out, and I thought I could show you how to do some underpaintings. Julian says, any recommendations for affordable pastel paper? So my favorite paper is the UArt sanded paper for soft pastels, but it can be pricey. I think it runs maybe like $3 a sheet. This is cheap. This is the Canson sand grain paper. It is not as gritty and doesn't hold things as well as the UArt paper. But on the other hand, it's like $9 a pad or something, $8. It's ridiculously cheap. I don't think you can see the texture. But it feels rough, like rougher than cold press watercolor paper. So it's a good one to practice on. It will not hold as many layers as like the UArt paper, but you can always do a little spray fixative, a workable fixative, and then keep going if you're having trouble with it. I also very much like, let's see if I have it over here. I've showed this on here before too. This is the golden pastel ground. And this is like sand it's like in their medium substrate. I don't know if you can see that in there. But this is awesome. You can just brush it on your paper, and it makes it into sanded paper. I feel like I've done, I want to say at least 10 sheets of this size with this, and there's still half a jar left. And I think this was, I don't know, $8 maybe. It wasn't very much. So that's another good way to practice if you don't want to shell out for actual sanded paper. I think, I don't know if I might have got this on Amazon, but I might have had to get it from Blick. I can't remember if this one's available on Amazon or not. Gina says, the only pastel I have are the 12 Conte Paris pencils. I still have not tried those. I have a set, and I keep meaning to try them. I haven't tried these either, you guys. My Sinelli oil pastels. It's been, in October, I did the whole, I hosted the Painttober over on Instagram, and it was so much work. It was a lot of fun, but so much work, and I think some of you were there. Well, a lot of you were there with me, but I had $1,600 in prizes to give away from a bunch of companies that sponsored it, like Golden and Sketchbox, and I'm trying to think of some of the Turner acrylic gouache. They gave us a ton of stuff. Shinhan gave us watercolors and gouache. So I did that all in October. I didn't even finish shipping out all the prizes till like mid-November, and then I ended up. I had stitches in my arm, and then I went right into hurting my shoulder. So I have not been making art as much as I would like, and a lot of these things I've got to try got, put on the back burner because I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing my best to stay upbeat. But it's been, the last couple of months have been kind of hard. So, but you know, it's life. It could be a lot worse, and I know that. So I'll just get through everything. Hopefully I'll have some time here to try a bunch of stuff, and I don't know if you can see it. No, I think it's right above the leaves there, but I've been painting in my sketchbook. I did oil paints in my sketchbook. I've been talking to some companies, and I figured out how to prime sketchbook paper so that you can oil paint in your sketchbook. And I've been having fun with that. I did a small painting yesterday and a small painting today. I have not posted today's painting anywhere yet. But that will be going up on Instagram probably after we're done here. Oh, I'm shaking everything. I'm sorry, everybody. So where am I on here? Let's see. Julianne says she's never used Prismacolor. What are they like? They are hard pastels. So they're hard. They are very compressed. Here, I can just show you over here. So this is what a hard pastel looks like on this paper. They aren't soft and crumbly. Like, let's see what I can, like I've got some Great American ones here. Obviously these are a soft pastel. These are much softer. You can see how it's like dusting up there. So these are hard, and they're best for the underlayers so you don't fill up the tooth of the paper too fast. And I've been trying to experiment with Rembrandt pastels, which are considered, I think, medium, because, like I said, you can't buy the Prismacolor open stock anymore. But sometimes you just want a Prismacolor, I guess. Judy says Montmartre has a textured clear gesso as an alternative to pastel ground. Very good price. I've also heard that the Liquitex clear gesso is really good for using as a pastel ground. But I have not tried that one yet. Iona, am I saying your name right? Says she has a nice box of Sennelier pastels and Rembrandt, but never used them. Time and know-how. Yep, I know how you feel. Part of the reason I haven't tried the Sennelier is because they're so soft. They're so soft, like way softer than the Mungio galleries that I'm used to, and I am worried. The video this week is also going to talk a bit about like fear and being afraid, because yeah. Does anybody have any preference as to which picture we use? And then also, so I use the pastels as an underpainting in several different ways. You can do like a monochrome underpainting with all one color. You can do I'll sometimes use one warm color and one cool color as an underpainting, which is how I would traditionally do an oil painting. And then sometimes you can just like start blocking things in with the actual colors. Does anybody have a preference as to which picture and what kind of underpainting you would like to see? Let's see. Where am I at? I just saw a whole bunch of comments come through. I'm going to miss some, guys. Sorry, a bunch came through. Tracy says, glad to hear you are painting. I am trying. It's easier in the sketchbook, maybe because there's some weight in the sketchbook and I don't feel like I have to hold it down with my arm. So that's good. Oh, you can't see the swatch. Let's slide it over. You can't really see it too much now anyway, but it was just showing and I brushed the dust off. The Great American is very dusty and crumbly, and these are much harder. You don't get anywhere near the dust with these. Yeah. Let's see. Where are we at? Judy says, yes, Liquitex works too. Laura says, I got Derwent pastel pencils for my birthday in December, but haven't used them yet. Am I right in thinking that they will be better on the sanded paper too? Okay, so when I'm using pastel paper or pastel pencils, my favorite paper to use those with is the Clairefontaine Pastel Matte. That's got a cellulose texture on it, and I like that one the best for the pastel pencils. I do not like it as much with the soft pastel sticks. I feel like it doesn't do a very good job. I just don't like it with I know a lot of people do like the Claire Fontaine pastel mat with the sticks, but I just don't. I don't know. Let's see, where are we at? Julie Ann says, I have the white Liquitex gesso. I do too. I have not tried it with the white Liquitex gesso. I don't know, because I've never used the clear, so I don't know. I've heard the clear is very gritty. I know a lot of people do use it. Where am I at? Stephanie says not sunflowers, LOL. Laura Jane says bottom left. Is that the sunflowers? Gina says the landscape is nice. Tara says the sunflowers are pretty. Tracy says, gotta run. Have fun with your grandkids. It's gonna be fun. You're brave. I don't think I'd play Fortnite with my kids. I tried playing Minecraft with them and it didn't go great. Julianne says, I'm curious how you would tackle the tree. Nuria says the sunflowers are nice. Judy says bottom left. Which temp is best for underpainting? I'm not sure what that means. Temperature? Any temperature? Gina says that she's got supplies from Teemu and she really likes them. I'm glad, because there's another Teemu video coming, and I know some people are not super happy with Teemu, but they're willing to pay me for the videos, and I need the money, everybody. So hopefully nobody unsubscribes when they see the Teemu video that's coming. It's going to be an art journaling with Teemu video. And I know a lot of people really do like shopping at Teemu. I know it's actually way more than the majority. Like 3/4 of the people that I did the poll with liked Teemu, and there was like 1/4 of you who didn't. So for those of you who don't, I'm sorry. I did talk to them about some of the issues, and they actually were really good at responding to me. They sent me, they gave me a special email address that I'm going to be able to include. So if you see anybody who is like artist designs or supply designs have been stolen, they're going to have you report it to this email address. So that will be in the video. And we talked about the labor thing, and they have a very strict no tolerance policy, and they have been investigating some of the companies on there that have been brought to their attention and kicking them off. So hopefully people aren't too upset, but I do kind of need the money. So, let's see. Bottom left is the landscape. I'm assuming this one is the land. I'm not doing the cherries, like I said, because that's going to be, oh, my comments are screwed up. Okay. All right, well, let's take a look at these. What do we think we want to do? I'm thinking let's do a monochromatic underpainting, and we will start with this tree. So I'm gonna do my best to sketch this like sitting down, but things get distorted. And also let's do I have a ruler? We'll just eyeball it, but this is a little bit squarer than this paper, so we're going to just make it a little bit squarer. Okay, let's see if I can put the picture up. I'm gonna just loosely sketch in the shapes here, and then like really loosely. This is really just to show you guys how to do an underpainting. Because, well, this paper is okay for, practicing on, it isn't super my favorite. It's a nice paper for practicing on, but it doesn't hold the pastel really well. So, the thing I like about the UArt and the pastel mat is that it holds the paper. It's really hard for me to draw and like talk at the same time. It holds the pastel a lot better because it like goes in the the tooth of the paper. I was talking to one of you guys, about fixatives the other day, and talking about how most pastel artists actually don't use fixative because it darkens the color. I don't like that line, and I don't know where I put my kneaded eraser. Oh well, no erasing today. It darkens the pastel a whole lot. So most professional pastel artists will not use a fixative, which you might be wondering, well, how do you sell a piece like that? You would use one of the better papers so that it's boy, I really can't talk and draw at the same time. Use one of the better papers so that you're starting off with a good base of, a paper that's going to hold your pastel dust powder, whatever, in it. And then there's some tricks you can do, like rolling it with a rolling pin gently, or using, I don't know the name of them, but they're like a plastic squeegee with a piece of wax paper on top. I could maybe do a video about that sometime. Stuff like that is useful. I forgot what I was saying. I'm just trying to figure out where we're at. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Let's see. I don't think I missed anything. When it says, do you all also see it in low quality? I hope not. I've got Streamlabs, and I'm using Streamlabs through YouTube. I know the webcam probably isn't the best quality, but this should be good quality. This is a good camera. I'm not doing anything that should be affecting the quality. Let me just take a look over here. No, my Wi-Fi is good today. No interruptions. Hopefully it's not my video, but I guess you never know. So let's see. This is a mostly predominantly warm. Here, let's put the. I don't know if I want to put the path in. I guess I'll put the path in. I just kind of feel like I want to edit that path out. I'm thinking I might edit that path out, actually. Let's put the horizon in right about here. And we'll just have a mass of trees over in here, I think, is what we're going to end up doing. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else says that the quality isn't great. I'm going to use a opposite. So this is predominantly warm. I'm going to use a cool undertone for the underpainting. I think I'm going to use this one. This is the R24P. And I've got my alcohol here, and I just realized I don't have a little dish to put it in. Boy, I thought I had everything ready to. What could I put it in? Do I have a lid or something? I don't think I do. Here, I'll grab a jar. That's what I'll do. Oh. We've got an old watercolor jar that we'll use. And I'm going to use a stiff brush for this. You want something pretty stiff for this so you can scrub the color around. Normally it would be nice to do this standing with the picture standing up so you can get some interesting drips and whatnot. But we're doing what we have to today. Let's see. Where am I at? Laura Jane says video quality is fine. Judy says I'm more fuzzy than the reference photos. Yes, this is a good camera. That is not. I set it up that way because I figure you guys probably want to see this more than me. Yeah. So that's why it's like that. This is just like the built-in webcam on my computer that you're seeing me on. Whereas this is my good quality filming camera. I just assumed that you guys would rather, yeah. Okay. All right, let's start by putting in, we're going to start with the darkest darks. So we're just going to start with the tree. I will lots of times do an underpainting in the opposite temperature of what the main picture is, just to give it some visual interest. Something else you can do is like if you do a monochromatic underpainting with I forgot what I was going to say. What was I saying? I was talking about the underpaintings, monochromatic. You can also use a complementary color. That's what I was going to say. So like if the majority of your painting is yellow, then you might want to use purple, which is what I'm doing. And this is not the coolest of purples, but it's still fairly cool. So you're going to start by putting in the darkest spots. And we're simplifying this tree a little bit. You don't want to have to be trying to put in all the branches and whatnot. And then we've got the shadow going away from it. And there's like a interesting shadow running like here. And then it is going to be darker over here. So we're going to put some in like this lightly. The lighter you press, the lighter the underpainting wash will be. So you don't want to press hard in areas that are going to be light, obviously. Just checking. Judy says, can you use French grays for warmer tones underneath? You can use whatever you want. Like literally whatever you want. There are no rules. I mean, there are rules in art, but there's no rules. Use whatever you want. I see a lot of people trying to like follow the rules all the time, and you know, some rules you should follow, I guess, but like if you're oil painting, you want to paint lean to fat. You have to follow that because if you don't, the longevity of your painting will suffer. But you can use whatever you want for your underpainting. So you're just going to come in here and you're going to scrub through your underpainting. And you're just going to scrub. And I'm using 91% isopropyl alcohol because it dries faster. You can use the 70%, but it will take longer to dry. The less water you have, the faster the dry time. So like if you're outside doing plein air pastels, you're gonna want the 91%. It is going to dry a lot quicker. So I just went outside that tree there because my brush is maybe a little bit bigger than it should be, but it does not matter. You can try to scoop up a little of the extra pigment, but it really doesn't matter because we're going to be covering all of this. Although, like I said, you won't get as many layers with this as you would with the UArt paper or the Clairefontaine pastel matte. Ooh, my throat is sore, you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick. I think I'm going to have to cancel my physical therapy tomorrow. My husband came home with a cold last week. Friday, maybe? And I thought I avoided it, and now I'm thinking I did not. I'm going to come through. So I'm going to come through with, what do I want? Sometimes on a blue sky, I'll do a yellow underpainting because I like when the yellow peeks through, but there's so much yellow in the tree that I'm thinking that might not be a good idea. I think I'm going to use this pink just for fun because you can use whatever color you want. And I'm just going to come in here and go through. This is a little bit darker here, so I'm going to go through here. I'm trying to avoid the alcohol a little bit, but I'm not worrying about it too much. I could have done it all at once if I had been planning ahead, but I wasn't. I like that. So now we will brush that into. I'm just catching up. Hello, Elise. It's nice to see you. Elise says, no, I am using the Canson sand grain paper as a cheaper alternative for practicing, just to show everybody how to do a alcohol wash underpainting is what I'm doing here. Just for fun. I'm getting alcohol everywhere. Everywhere. You can always take some of the pigment that's on your brush, like I was just doing there, and bring it over in areas where you want as well. Just for fun. I purely picked that pink because I wanted to. There was no real rhyme or reason to picking the pink. So, and then that's gonna need to dry. Let's see. We'll see how fast it's drying. Oh, I should have put something underneath here. It soaked through a little bit. It smells so alcohol-y right now, you guys. Let's see. Where are we at? Julianne says you can't get sick on top of everything. I know, right? Well, it is what it is. Hopefully I don't get too sick. Hopefully it's just the cold and nothing worse. I know that like influenza is going around here among other things, so let's see. I'm just reading through the comments, you guys. Gail says she was down. I know. She was down for 3 weeks. You had pneumonia. I remember it was viral, though, you said. I'm glad you're starting to feel better. There is a lot going around. Every day the kids come home and tell me about everybody who's gone from school. Julianne says, why do you do an underpainting? Because, so once you wet this pastel, and you could use water too if you wanted, it just takes a really long time to dry. But once you wet this pastel and then it dries, you're essentially making a paint that sinks into the paper. And it is one layer that you can do that will not budge if you want to blend. That's reason one. Reason two is with pastels, you know, if you skip a spot, a little bit of the paper can show through, and it's nicer to have like some color showing through rather than just the plain paper. If you're using a toned paper like Pastel Matte, not as big of a deal. And then 3, because that's how I always oil painted. I've talked about it before. So I originally went to school. I was going to be pre-med. I got a C in chemistry my first year, and I switched to a double major in art history and studio art, and I was going for oil painting. I did not get to finish because I got sick and I had to leave, but I was going for oil painting. And that was how I start oil paints, an oil painting. I always do an underpainting with thinner, and you just block in like the masses and the darks and the lights, so you have almost like a roadmap to get going on. So that's really one of the reasons why I do it, but also because you have a layer now that's coloring the paper that won't take up any tooth in the paper. Terry says she is sick too. My 3-year-old nephew was sharing all the germs from nursery. When they're little like that, it is the worst. I remember when my 3-year-old went to school and he just constantly sick, and we got everything. Now the last couple of years it's been, I mean, he's 13 now, so my oldest one, so he just the last couple of years we don't catch everything that they bring home now. It's like all of a sudden our immune systems have gotten a lot stronger. I'm just Elise says, do you think you can use this technique on sanded paper or velvet paper as well? So you have to have a paper that handles wet media. I use this on UArt and Pastel Matte just fine. You cannot use it on the Sennelier sanded pastel paper. That paper is not made to hold wet media, and you will actually wash the sand off. So you have to look at whatever I'm not feeling well, you guys. I'm definitely getting sick. You have to look at the paper. That's one of the reasons why I love UArt. If you screw up, you can take a piece of UArt paper over to the sink and wash it off and let it dry and start over. It'll curl, but I mount mine to foam board, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's mounted. It's flat once it's mounted. So I know people say like, oh, it's expensive, $3 a sheet. If you screw up, you can go wash it off and start over. And that is one of the best things about it, in my opinion. Let's see, where are we at? Judy says she has wondered. She is today years old learning this. This is one of my favorite things. I start most, unless I'm using a toned paper, and even if I am using a toned paper, I start almost all of my paintings like this. This is starting to get a little bit dry. I'm going to go through and do the tree again just to darken it up. Because that's the darkest dark of the whole painting. And then we'll do some more alcohol on it again. This was like a game changer for me when I started doing, and also if you're trying to stay loose and be more, impressionistic, this is another good tool for that too. Because right away you're starting with something that's a little bit less structured. I'm just trying to put in some interesting lines. This piece is a little bit big, but it's okay. I'm not going to put in all the branches, but some of them. I'm trying to just twist and turn a little bit. I like how it's sort of all going that way, so I'm not going to really put anything over here. Except this one tree. But yeah, this whole first layer and now second layer, you can do this as many times as you want, or as long as your paper will handle it. And then wash it down with the alcohol, and it turns essentially into a paint, and the pigment sinks into the paper and is fixed to it. So essentially as many times as you want. And there is no dust from these first few layers. So I'm just going to wet that down again. So Sue says, could you just smudge the pastels for the underpainting? You can, but it will take up tooth in the paper. So if you're working on a paper like this, where your tooth is limited, or you know you're going to want to work in a lot of layers, which I do, then this is nice. And then also if you smudge it, like let's say, I was saying that when I do a blue sky, I often like to put a gold underneath it. If you do a blue sky on top of gold and you don't wash it down like this, it's going to make a green. It will not be gold peeking through blue. You'll end up with a green sky. So that's another reason why you would do this. This essentially is making it permanent. It won't lift up. It won't smudge. It won't mix with your other colors if that's something you're worried about. Which, like I said, I often do a complementary color. So like there's a whole lot of yellow leaves here. If I did this and didn't wash it down, and you put your yellow on top of the purple, you're going to end up with brown. So depending on what you're working on, you can do that. There is a video on my YouTube channel of a Snow Leopard Eye, one of my very first videos where I did the underpainting with a very thin layer of pan pastel. And that is obviously a pastel dust. And I just smudged that one. But I basically did like the actual colors that I was going to be using. So it didn't matter if it like mixed because they were basically the colors that I was going to be using. If that makes sense. So it kind of depends on what you're trying to do, I guess. Long story short. Hi, Angel, and I can't read. Angel with 2 L's. Laura says, how is your son who is poorly? He is, well, he's been to the doctor again, and we are getting him set up to see a gastroenterologist. So he's had some good days, which is good. But he's going to need to be checked out. He's probably going to have to do the whole where they scope everything and everything just to make sure it's not Crohn's. So, it's stressful. We're just moving through it. Hopefully he ends up okay and it's not something too bad. Julianne says 34 likes and 56 watching. Thank you. She's my monitor today. Thank you, Julianne. Gail Marie said, I never knew that about UArt. I use that, so it's great. It's the best thing about it. And what kind of paper? It's UArt sanded paper. My favorite grit is 400, but they sell it in all different grits. It only comes in 2 colors, like a natural neutral and the anthracite, which is like a dark gray. However, like I said, even if you're not wetting it, it does have the tendency to curl. In fact, I probably have a sheet right here if I can reach it. Show you guys. Ouch. Hopefully there's some in here. I know this is pastel paper, but I'm not sure. Nope, that's the color fix. I'm making a mess. It has a tendency to curl. So even if you are not wetting it, like just taking it out of the package, I don't know if you can see that, but it wants to curl a little bit, and it will get worse as you use it, which is why I like to mount mine when I'm done to acid-free foam core board. I could do a video about that at some point too, but I feel like it makes it feel a little, like especially if you're selling it, I feel like it makes it a little bit, that's the back, the UArt 400. I have some, I think 200 here too, somewhere. I bought it to try, but I never tried it because it's so gritty. I'm afraid it'll just eat my pastels. Julianne says never heard of it. Yep. So it's just like Stephanie says, UArt, capital U and then art. I get mine at Blick. I don't think you can get it on Amazon. I'm pretty sure that a lot of my videos in the everyday supplies have the UArt in it. I think it's in there. So if you scroll down under my videos, it'll say my everyday supplies. And if you scroll down to the pastel section, I'm pretty sure I have the UArt paper in there. I am 90% sure you can't get it at Amazon. You'd have to go somewhere like Blick or Jerry. Gina said, I just got the Inktense XL blocks. The video may help. I love the Inktense. That's something I would like more of. You can wash the Inktense down with water. They're made to activate with water, and then they become totally permanent. Again, water takes longer to dry than alcohol, so if I'm outside, I'll use the alcohol. But Inktense is a lot of fun. I have four sticks, and I've been playing with them, and they're a lot of fun. Judy said, could you use a mister to set, or does the brushed alcohol make a difference? You could try a mister, but I think you'd have to brush it, because I think I'm sort of patting the pigments into the paper too as I go, not just, I'm not sure. I guess I'd have to test it. I've never done anything other than with a brush, so I don't know, but I feel like if you're putting it on heavy, you would need to set it with the alcohol. I I know if you're drawing with like graphite and you mist your paper with water, it sets it so it's permanent. But I mean, you're putting the pastel on a lot heavier. So does anybody else have an answer? I've never tried that. I'm here. Rhonda, not misogynist. I have to wait 14 days to change it back to Rhonda. Yikes. Poor Rhonda. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there, but I'm sorry about that. Kathy says 800 is great for colored pencils. I have not. You know what I just got two back before my shoulder and everything? I got the, can I reach that too? I wanted to try this with my colored pencils. This was also in my October art haul because I've heard this is great with colored pencils and I have not got to try it. It's just been, like I said, we went from the Painttober right into like having the stitches in my arm. And then as soon as that was starting to get better, then I had the injury in my shoulder. I just am starting to, I didn't make anything all of December pretty much. Maybe a few things. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think I did. I was feeling, I mean, my shoulder hurt really bad, but it was just, I don't know. But I got a sketchbook out and I've been painting a little bit. I'm going to finish this. Maybe I can, I don't know, put a little video up for this or something. I would like to finish this. Stephanie says Amazon does have it. Okay, that's good to know. I think I've tried to buy it there and maybe it's just available in like rolls or big packs. I don't know. I tend to buy, so at Blick, if you buy 10 sheets, you get the bulk price. So it goes like, oh, I could look and see real quick just so I'm not giving you guys false information. But I always buy at Blick and I always buy 10 sheets because then I get the bulk price. Except my phone just... If you have pastel dust on your phone says your fingerprint's not right. And I do have it on there. Let's go over to Blick. I've never bought it on Amazon. I feel like maybe it's overpriced at Amazon and that's why I thought that. Let's pull up UArt and see. UArt sanded paper. All right, so the UArt Premium Sanded Pastel Paper. So right now, a sheet of 9x12 in the 400 grit is $403. But if you buy 10 sheets, then the price drops to $367. So you can get 10 sheets of UArt for like $36, which is not too bad. Rhonda says every time I see your pastel videos, I want to go to Amazon to browse. You guys, guess what? Guess what? I have enough followers that Amazon officially is giving me my own Amazon influencer storefront page. So I'm working on like category, like I've got I think 4 categories of stuff done. So I have like I think I started with soft pastels. So I've got a whole page of like all my, I haven't put the link up yet. But I'm putting all my favorite supplies and like categorizing them. So like everything you need to get started with soft pastels, everything you need to get started with oil painting, everything you need to get started with alcohol markers. And it's going to be so cool when it's done. And I'm going to put like little review videos and photos and stuff up there too. I was really, I was really excited because I have to put all the links in all the time, like below the video. And it's a lot of work. So it'll be nice to have like one place and I'll be like, if you're looking for something, go there and it's in one of the categories. Yeah. Julian says, I'd love to see how you finish your tree. Maybe, what is it, Thursday? I don't think I'll make it in Saturday's video, but maybe next Saturday I could have it in there. Or maybe we could do it next week, in the next live stream. I don't know, what does everybody think? Would anybody be interested in seeing it next week in the live stream, or should I just pop it in one of the videos, or let me know. Let's see, I'm just going through some of the comments. Lee said, I had a brilliant idea for an art desk for your husband. He could build it for me. That would be awesome. I would love an art desk. Never Done Lane said, just FYI, all of my subscriptions were deleted in the last few days. All of them. That is crazy. Like everybody you were subscribed to totally on YouTube, they just deleted every single one of them. Is that what you're saying happened? And if so, how many people do you think you were subscribed to? And also, did you tell YouTube? Julianne says, woohoo, congrats on the storefront. Wish we could support you through that in the UK too. I have no idea how that works. I don't know how that would work. I think, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I know there's like a separate Amazon UK. I don't know. Gail Marie said, I just got a pack of 10 sheets, 9 by 12, 400 graded. No, it was under 30, maybe 28 to 29. Also, Blick will have sales, and that's a good time to shop up. I feel like these prices are higher than normal. I don't remember it being $4. I feel like I remember it being like $3.50 and then getting it for $3 even when I bought it. Maybe their prices went up, but I feel like I bought it for that same price too, Gail. Yeah, she said at Blick's. I feel like they raised their prices maybe. Julianne said that would be nice next week in the live stream so we can ask questions. We could try to do that. Yep, Judy says on Blick, if you buy 12 plus Prismacolor pencils, the price drops to $125 each. You know what I really like on Blick? If you get the Blick Premier or the Blick, so Blick has 3 grades of canvases. There's a high end, a medium, and then the student grade. And the Premier and the middle one, which I'm having trouble remembering. I want to say one is studio and one is academic, but I don't remember which is which. But there's a huge savings if you buy the canvases with enough of the canvases to get the discount on Blick. So I always try to like wait till I really need them, and then I try to get as many as I need to get the bulk price. And you don't have to get all the same sizes either. So you could get like 8 by 8 squares, a couple 9 by 12s, and maybe like one 14 by 16 or a 16 by 20. And I think you only need like 6, and then you get the price drop, and it's crazy. It's a really good deal. And I also really like the Blick canvases. So, but I think most of their products are like that. If you get, so like if you wanted to get the Neo Color 2s and you wanted to hand pick your colors, once you get, I think, to 10 for those, then the price drops for all of them. So it's kind of a good deal. Never Done Lane says, yes, I just found out they were gone. LOL. That is crazy. I think something's happening maybe, and they don't want to talk about it. 10 sheets, $8.90. I don't know how much that is for UArt. If that's true, I need to go buy some. I'm looking. Let's see. UArt 400. Except it just auto-corrected to part. UArt 400 sanded pastel paper. Yeah, see so what comes up for me is UArt 9 by 12 10 pack $40, $39.99. I think you can see that. Can you see that? And then $232, and then here's a 9 by 12 10 pad 400 grade $41. I don't know how many are, oh, they're 27 by 40. That's why those are so big. But yeah, so as on my Amazon, the cheapest that I can get it would be 40. So, if you were buying, so that equals like $4 a sheet, which we were just looking at Blick. But if you buy 10 sheets, then it drops to that $3.50 or whatever it was. So, you know, you'd save $5 there instead of ordering from Amazon. And then also, Blick will have like free shipping when you get to a certain, I think it's like $40, $45, you get free shipping. And they are faster shipping to me than Amazon is. So, for me, it just makes sense to buy at Blick as long as I have enough to get that free shipping. So sometimes if you see me like ordering something from Amazon, like I needed some golden molding paste, and I just ordered it and it came today. The price was the same as Blick's, and I didn't have enough in my cart to get the free shipping at Blick's, so I just ordered it from Amazon. So, yeah, Julianne said, same Julianne. She said she would be lost with the recipes and she doesn't even know their names, so I couldn't find them again. My husband thinks it's so funny that I don't know all, like I know some of them, but I watch a lot of channels and don't like know the actual names of all the channels. It's only since I've started like talking about the channels I like on here and then linking them below that I'm starting to remember the names of the channels I like to watch. So if somebody deleted all mine, I would never find them all again. It's crazy. Judy says, is YouTube trying to avoid increased influence payouts by unsubscribing folk? I don't think so, because the advertisers that are on paying to be on YouTube, like we get a really small cut and YouTube gets the rest, and it's based on click per view, click per milli. There's a click-through rate. It's based on the click-through rate. So like however many views you get, the more you get paid. And it works that way on Amazon too. So like Amazon, YouTube. So if I get 1,000 views on a video versus 4,000 views on the video, obviously I get paid more at 4,000, but also YouTube gets paid more at 4,000. So I can't see how that would help them, at least monetarily, to be deleting people. But who knows what's happened. Elsie says, yeah, that would be, here, can I do that? Get my keyboard, and I'm going to screenshot that so I can show them how to do it. Except I got to turn it on, and it takes a minute to connect. Let's do, there, I screenshotted it, Elise. I'm so afraid I'm going to screw up your name again that I have to like repeat it over and over. Judy Morgan says Hobby Lobby here in Houston. Premieres cost $2.49 each. I don't have, I mean, it would be lovely to have an art shop near me, but I don't. My closest one is a Michael's, and that's 2 hours and 40 minutes from here. If I want to go to a Blick in person, the closest one is 4 hours. I'm absolutely positive you can probably get better deals in person at some of the big art supply stores, but those aren't an option for me, but I'm so glad that you get to go to one. Yeah, that would be a great idea. The multiple masonite boards and work on multiple drawings at a time. That would be awesome. Yeah. Yolanda. Hi, Yolanda. She says, I've never caught you live. You caught me today. Yeah. I've been trying to work more at my easel because A, I'm not using my arm then, but B, like, so like getting my arm up here, this is one of the things. So like I can't rotate my bad arm down like this at all. It gets to here and then it just stops. So I can't like rotate it like this. So like when I'm up here and I'm pressing down, I can't do that. So it gets, I'm trying to do it and I can't, and it ends up getting really irritated. So, and I've tried, somebody asked, well, why aren't you using your paperweights? I feel like I don't have control of the paper. It's still sliding some. I ruined a drawing. I was trying to do something. I was trying to do some art in earlier or December because I tried to do that and I couldn't, it wasn't holding it down good enough and the paper slid and I ruined a drawing, and then I didn't work on anything for like 3 weeks because I was feeling really upset. Yeah. Never done lenses. I just started using YouTube, so really only know a few that I've subscribed to. Started painting in April of 23. Well, I'm glad you're here on YouTube with us, and congratulations to starting painting. It's helped me a lot. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's a very good stress reliever. And hopefully you figure out who you were subscribed to and find everybody. So Stephanie says, one girl I watched messaged me and said she thought I was unsubbed. The only way I think she could have known is if she had a screenshot of her subbies list. Okay, so that's weird because I do have a subscription, like subscribers list, but unless you, when you're using YouTube as a user, go into your user profile and find the little button that says make my subscriptions public so that everybody who visits your profile can see what you're subscribed to. That's turned off unless you actually go in and do it. So for, I think the YouTube statistics might be a quarter of only a quarter of people, I think. I could be totally wrong on that. I'm thinking they said only a quarter of people on average know about it and turn it on. So, unless somebody has gone in and turned that on, I can't see if you're subbed to my channel. So like some of you I know are subbed, because it says you are, but if I go to my subscriber list, most of you are not on there, because you have not made your subscriptions public. So, I mean, that would have worked if you made your subscription list public, but if your subscription list isn't public, then she has no way of knowing whether or not you're subscribed. It's a safety feature, I think, for the users. I am still going up. I'm going up slowly for the most part. So like I'll get like 100 subscribers in a day and then somebody will come through and delete like 70 of them. So I still get to go up 20, but not the rest. So that's generally what's happening on most days. A couple of days I've broken even after the deletions have gone through, and a couple of days I've been in the negative. I am overall going up. YouTube said on like the 4th call that when it was in the negative, then they could do something about it. But then I got in the negative and they didn't do anything then either. So I don't know. I don't know. I am grateful that I'm still going up. So that's good. Any growth is good, I guess. I've got to stop thinking about what could have been and just focus on what is, because I don't think it's going to get fixed anytime. Hello, B&W Color. Carol, Stephanie, I have to write it down. Carol? I think it's Carol. Am I right? I think so. I could be wrong. Law and Lumber gave me a shout out and I went up 109 subscribers. He almost doubled me. That is awesome. What is Law and Lumber? I don't know who that is. Is your channel an art channel? No notification today. Julianne says, your physio said to stop doing that with your arm. Yeah, I know. I know. She was not happy with it. She's like, I can tell it's more easily irritated this time. What have you been doing? I was like, trying to work. I'm trying. It's hard. It's hard. I've been trying to grow for 3 years, Sad. I know. Well, I think it's just, it's hard. YouTube is hard. YouTube's really, really hard. My very first video I uploaded was an art haul, mostly because I like to watch art hauls. And I remember walking around, we had gone to visit my husband's parents because they live in the closest bigger city, and we had gone to like Home Depot. And we were walking around, and I remember being really excited that 23 people had watched my video. I was like, 23 people I don't even know. But I think because it was a popular topic and because people watched it and then saw that I had 16 subscribers, they subscribed and said like, you know, nice comments and like encouraged me and blah, blah, blah. And I think that's what happened. And once that momentum started, it just kept going. It is my official 1-year YouTube anniversary. It was on Monday, but if you look at my channel, you'll see I've had this channel for 3 years now. And if you go all the way back, there's like 3 time-lapse videos from like 2 years ago, 3 years ago now, I guess, that had like 8 views. some people are watching them now because I have more subscribers, and some people have gone back and watched them. Um, but like way back, like it was like way back, like I don't know, 2000 and I don't remember when I started it, but I did like 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 videos and then gave up because nobody was watching. And then I didn't do anything for 2 years. And then I posted my very first short, and for some reason it was just me drawing like a fox, and for some reason that short had like 8,000 watches, and it went from 16 subscribers to 100. And then I put the art haul video up the next week, and I think it was just something about the momentum. It started, and once it started, it kept going. And then I did do a lot of research on like SEO and keywords, and I was using vidIQ, which is like a keyword. So it'll tell you like if there's a lot of competition with the keyword, and like if it's like they rank it red, yellow, and green, and if it's a good keyword to use, it'll be green. If there's too much competition or nobody is looking for it, it'll be red. So I was using that right from the beginning too, and making sure I used keywords that were low competition but high demand. And I knew a lot about SEO already because I had to do that for my Etsy. So I think it was a combination of momentum and good luck and planning. Yeah. Let's see. I'll just read through some of these here. Yeah, that might be a good idea, Tara. She said try some of that gripper mesh stuff for under rugs. That might be a good idea. I tried raising my chair really high, but that didn't really help. I was like, maybe if I could get my chair up super high. But then that just hurt my back, like hunching over. But I should try that. That might be a good idea. Julianne said, I didn't know that was a thing, a sub list. Yeah, most people don't know. You're referring to like making your subscription list public versus private. It is automatically turned off. It is automatically put on private. So unless you know about it and go in and turn it on to make it public, then most people don't have it on. So I for the most part do not know who is subscribed to me and who isn't. And like I said, I think it's like a safety feature. I've mentioned before, but I have one person who must be subscribed to me. But every time one of my videos goes up, within the first like 10 to 30 minutes, they give it a thumbs down. So they have to be subscribed to me and be getting notifications to come in and give me that thumbs down. And like if there was a subscriber list and I could see all my subscribers, I might be able to figure out who it was, and then I could call them out, and then people would harass them. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a safety feature for the users, so that they're, you know, somewhat protected. But on the other hand, then that's sort of makes them feel like it's okay to, you know, troll people and say terrible things and whatnot. But I think it's supposed to be a safety feature. Oh, Michelle says she's tried to order from Blick's from Australia and the shipping was ridiculously expensive. I'm sorry. That sucks. I love Blick. I'm really sorry that the shipping was so bad. That's like me with Jackson's. I always want to order from there, but like, unless I think the minimum order is like 175, I think, for me, which I almost never have that much to spend in a month. And then like if it's under, so like I had an order that I put together of like $90, and it was like some tape paint and some soft pastels, and like I don't remember what all was in it, but nothing super heavy. But the shipping was going to be $28.99 to ship it to my house, and I was like, eh. And it took me a while to finally place an order with Jackson's, because it did after my birthday. I did eventually have enough birthday money to hit that mark. So I'm just reading through the. Julianne says I can't see subs on my channel. Yeah, most people can't. Like I like I said, maybe a quarter of people have turned that on, and then you can see who's subbed to you in that recent subscribers box on your YouTube Studio page, but mostly you can't see who it is. I'm just reading through the comments. Gail Marie says that was a good idea. If I remember right, that's the reason I watched her first one, because it was an art haul. I still like them. Same. I made a video that I like to watch, you know. A lot of the videos I make are just because I like to watch videos like them, you know. Keeping it real. Ooh, you found my channel at the start of the week because of my art hauls. That's awesome. Angel. Sue's Craft, same for me. Had this account since 2018, but never uploaded a video. I just started making videos. Well, congratulations. That's great. Good for you. I hope it gathers momentum quickly and goes well for you. Tara said I found you through an art haul too. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys found me because I like making videos. I like making art hauls, and I obviously the you know, the more subscribers I have, you know, the more revenue I get, and then the nicer art hauls I can do. Judy Morgan says, really proud of you. I think you mean me, I hope, and if so, I'm gonna say thank you. Rhonda says, have you heard anything good about Winsor and Newton pastel paper? It's cheap on Amazon Canada. I have not tried it, so I don't know. Pamela says, when layering chalk pastels, do I start with the hardest building up to the softest? Yes, that is exactly what you do. And then sometimes at the end, you might take like the hard Prismacolor or like a hard pastel pencil to do some details at the very end. Have I thought about encouraging everyone to subscribe through my shop and sending out email reminders? I have not. Honestly, I forgot that I ever even set up like an email list over there. Maybe that would be something to look into this week. Laura says, quick question, can you see me as a subscriber? Well, let's look and see if I can see it. So it also only shows you like the most recent. I'm not sure how to see. Oh, I can't do it on here. I have to do it on the computer. The YouTube Studio app on the phone does not have the same amount of info as the computer. I will try to remember to look after I hang up and the live stream and see if I can see you. But if you were subscribed like a long time ago, then I don't know. It's weird. I must have made somebody mad, I guess. I don't know. Gail Marie says, I can't imagine being such a miserable person to wait for videos come up just to give it a thumbs down. That's really sad. It's always like usually just that. Like even on like videos where like I'm being like telling you guys like some really, you know, personal stuff or something that went really wrong, like on some videos like that, it'll be the only thumbs down. I do get like some thumbs down on like art haul videos, I think, because people feel it might what's the word, might encourage consumerism, which is understandable. I try not to look at the thumbs down because it does make me feel it makes me feel bad, and I'm probably just saying that it makes me feel bad is why they keep doing it. But whatever, I can't there's only so much you can deal with, right? Elise, did I say it right? Yes, Elise says, question, if I'm trying to grow my channel, do you think I should turn on this option? If you are trying to do sub for sub, which is where you find other small channels and you subscribe and then they subscribe back to you, you would need it on to do it that way. However, YouTube doesn't encourage that. Technically, I think they don't like you to do that at all. And I've heard about people getting in trouble for that. And also the sub for sub whole aspect, a lot of the people who do that will not come back and watch your video. So like if you see channels that have lots of subscribers, like let's say they have 20,000 subscribers, but all their videos only have like 400 views on them, they probably did sub for sub, and YouTube knows that, and they see that your subscribers aren't engaging with you and they won't push your videos. So you can do that, but I don't recommend it, and I never did it because I knew that they are actively trying to discourage that. So other than doing sub for sub, I don't see why it would matter if that was turned on or not. I don't think it's turned on my channel. So I never turned it on my channel. So it hasn't hurt me any to have it turned off, I guess. Jennifer Roy, I am a new subscriber today because I saw what happened with your subs. Thank you, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. I don't know what's going on. I was talking about it earlier. It's still continuing to happen. I've tried to just stop checking it because it's so disheartening. And they were doing it a lot at 6:59, and then they switched to 7:59, and then they switched to like 9:59. So it was happening right before I was trying to go to sleep, pretty much. And it was making me so upset when it was happening that I couldn't sleep. And I actually started having like nightmares about it, which is, I know that sounds silly, but I was actually having nightmares about it. So I've tried not to check it. I know it's still happening sometime between when I turn my phone off for the night and when I get up in the morning, because I can see it happen. But I have stopped tracking it. And before I was like taking screenshots every couple of like seconds so that I could send it to YouTube and show them how fast it was dropping. And they've pretty much given up. So I'm just trying not to look at it and not think about it. So Sue's Craft and Art Corner says, love your art hauls. I got a bunch of gift cards for Christmas, like a bunch. Like people knew that I wanted them so I could do like a Christmas art haul. And everything is here now, and I'm having the hardest time like not showing it to people, like because I don't have the video edited yet, so I'm trying really hard not to show people everything I got, but like I want to share it with everybody. It was a good art haul. I'm excited to show everybody that one. Yeah, Angie says, I think sometimes people do thumbs down on videos to have fewer of those types of videos to show up in their feed. And yes, I agree that too. And like if somebody's struggling with like a shopping problem, I can totally understand why you would thumbs down an art haul. You know, I get that. I totally get that. It's that other person. Like every time a video goes up, like within the first 10 to, it's really usually the first 10 to 20 minutes. Whatever. Maybe it makes them feel good. I don't know. Hi, Autumn. We haven't seen you in a long time. It's nice to see you. I'm probably just about done here because my kids are going to be home, but it's nice to see you. Jennifer says, I'm glad YouTube recommended you. I watched your Klimt inspired art and now I'm inspired. I'm so glad that you are feeling inspired from my channel. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. I can't tell you, I never thought this would like go the way it has. I mean, it's crazy. I was like, well, if I can get 500 subscribers in my first year, I'll be happy and like not give up. But I'm glad people are liking it. I've been struggling a little bit with like the analytics and like what videos do well and what don't, because I want to make some of the videos I want to make don't do well. A lot of the like real-time tutorial and teaching videos and stuff don't do well. And actually it was funny. I don't watch a lot of Chloe Rose Arts videos, but I was watching one this morning and she was talking about the same thing. Like how people are like, you never do art on your channel. And she showed like how every time she tried to do an actual art, like draw or paint with me or like, you know, it would be like her worst video, 10 out of 10. And that's what's happening to me too. People keep saying they want like instructional videos, but then when I put them up, no. Well, I mean, some people watch them, but they do poorly, and then YouTube punishes me. So, you know, when one of your videos tanks, they don't show your next one to as many people. You have to like build yourself back up to where you were. And I actually tanked really bad. I did like 3 in a row that were tutorials back in, I want to say September. And right now I'm just starting to get back to where I was before I had those 3 videos in September that people didn't watch. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to be on YouTube because you can't just do whatever you want. Oh well, right? Let's see. My throat is really hurting, you guys. Oh, I'm getting sick. I'm gonna have a cold. I need some hot tea, I think. Julianne says, do you still watch YouTube on your personal account or you do everything on this now? I do not. I still watch, the majority of stuff I watch is on my personal account. I do occasionally watch stuff on here, but almost all of what I watch is on my personal account. And it's always been like that. Like, I generally only watch something on this account if I forget that I'm subscribed in on this account and then watch it on this account. It's generally only if I forget which one I'm using. Just because I've been watching YouTube for so long and, like, you know, all my subscriptions, I think I have somewhere around 350 people I'm subscribed to on the other one. And, like, you know, that's just where I am. That's where I watch people. That's where I get recommended stuff. They know my taste over there. And the mix of stuff I like to watch and whatnot. Kathy said she just ordered from Dick Blick. I love them. I love ordering from them. It's so exciting when the box comes. Yeah, and Angela says there is an option to let YouTube know not to show a certain type of video. There is no reason to give a thumbs down. I've never given a thumbs down in my life to anybody. It's, you know. Oh no. Autumn says her dad is in the hospital and she's about to lose one of her pups. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you have some sort of miracle turnaround for you and your family there and things go better than you hope. I'll be sending you lots of healing and good thoughts. Susan said Lindsay Wierick said the same. I think about not being able to just make whatever you want. Yeah. Nobody actually wants to watch the art. Which is, I mean, I'll just keep putting the tutorials up over on my Patreon. I put the real-time ones up there. In fact, after I I said it again. After I end the live stream, I have to go get the video. The part 1 of the snow leopard is going to go up on real-time marker and colored pencil on my Patreon tomorrow. As long as so like I said, we have a winter storm warning. It's supposed to start at 6. There's supposed to be some wind. So as long as our power doesn't go out, hopefully it'll be up tomorrow. That's the plan. Do you use pencil crayons over pastel or vice versa? I never use pencil crayons with pastel. I use pastel pencils with my pastels. I will use sometimes a little gouache with my pencil crayons, or colored pencils as we call them here where I live. Or I'll use them over watercolor a lot, or over marker a lot. They are very waxy and I think they would keep the pastels from sticking well, if that makes sense. So, all right, I'm just scrolling through here. Oh. Oh, Laura Jane says her fibro is really bad. I'm so sorry. I hope it gets better soon. Maybe it'll warm up and get a little bit better. I feel like the cold is bad for issues like that. I hope it turns around for you. I'll be sending you healing thoughts too as well. Julianne says that's why I don't want to use it to watch, just post. Yeah. I try not to, just because I want to keep them separate, if that makes sense. Lee says, I did the math, you were a rock star. Sarah Burns, a strong channel. I know. I love Sarah Burns. I love her gouache videos. She's been making videos for 11 years and she has 64,000 subscribers. That equals 6,000 subs a year. I've had like periods where I have a bunch of subs really fast and then it'll drop down to like almost nothing, like 1 or 2 people a day for like 2 or 3 months. So I know it's great that Jenna Rainey shared my video, and I know like this probably won't last forever and I'll probably be plodding along again here shortly, but I think it's at the point now where like I feel like I have enough of a base and like enough people interested and enough people who like my videos that I'm going to keep going, because it feels like this is going to sound corny, but it feels like I'm helping people. It feels like it's like like I have a purpose with the videos, if that makes sense. And like, even if I'm not making a ton of money or, you know, any money, some money, a little bit of money, like it feels like I have a purpose and I'm helping people, and it just gives me something to focus on too. So that's nice. If that makes sense. Yep, I have to get going. My kids are going to be home from school. So 10 minutes to 7 a.m. down in Australia. That's awesome that somebody from Australia is watching. That's crazy. Laura Jane says our snow is supposed to start at 8 p.m. night. 8 p.m. tonight. Uh-oh, no snow yet? I don't know if you want snow or not. I'd say I hope you get some, but maybe you don't want any. All right, I'm just scrolling through these. Okay, Susan says, I love this channel. It does help. I'm glad. Thank you. Autumn said, thank you for the love. I missed lives. I had to take a sick day today, so I was able to see you all. I wonder if they'll change your schedule back ever. That would be nice. I remember you used to be here at a lot of them because your schedule was different for work, right? It would be nice if they could change it back. I suppose you don't get a say in it. Well, everybody, I do have to go. My kids are going to be home soon, so I have to get going. I hope everybody had fun. Maybe we could do like this. I could maybe next week, or I could film it and pop it in a video, but I could do a little work on here and show you how to do this next week. Maybe we should do that. And I forgot what I was saying. I need some hot tea and a cough drop because my throat is on fire. I kind of feel like I might be running a little bit of a fever now too. So I'm probably going to go and get my kids home from school and then take a rest. It was nice to see everybody, and I hope to see you all next time. Hopefully I will be not sick next Thursday. And I will see you all again next time. Angel says, here in Slovenia, I'm also waiting for the snow. We don't have enough here yet, so I'm hoping for some tonight. We're supposed to get, I think, 8 inches tonight. Oh, Elise, thank you. That's so nice. She did a super thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, everybody. I will see you all next time. I hope you had fun. See you later.